on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago White Sox rebuild here on MLB The Show 21. And if you guys missed the last episode, it did not really go the way that I wanted it to go. We ran up against the juggernaut that is the New York Yankees, and I gave them my best shot. I gave them everything I had. I really did. I truly and honestly put everything I had into those games and just could not get the W. We won one game out of the series and then got gentlemen swept in 5. So the Yankees went on to the World Series. They won the World Series against the Cardinals in 6 games, and we ended up just falling into oblivion in the offseason. So today is the offseason. Hopefully we can make the much-needed improvements to this team. I don't know really what we need to do, though. We have a good team. We just don't have the same kind of just oomph that the Yankees do. They have the power. They have the base running. They're just a very complete team. I think we're a very complete team, too, but we just don't have that it factor that the Yankees do. And I mean, we went 16 innings with the Yankees in one game, and that drained me. So hopefully, starting in the offseason here, we can turn this team into something that can beat the Yankees and head to the World Series. Maybe we'll get lucky, and next year, if we make the playoffs, hopefully, if we make the playoffs, the Yankees run into a team that they can't beat, and then we don't have to play them. Maybe they'll get eliminated early. I don't know. That's really the only way that we're going to get to the World Series is if we don't have to play the Yankees. So I hate to say that, but that's the truth. So let's go to the offseason. Let's improve this team where we need to improve. And hopefully with those much needed improvements, we'll be able to become the juggernaut of the American League. So if you guys are excited, make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. We got the offseason coming right away. Let's get straight into it. Here we are in the offseason. I've not simulated a day since we finished last episode. As you can see, the Yankees won 4-2 against the Cardinals, and we lost 4-1 against the Yankees. I'm pretty sure the Braves blew a 2-0 lead as well. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was a 3-1, 3-0. It was a pretty decent-sized lead that the Braves had that they blew to the Cardinals, so that's a significant thing, but let's simulate the next day and advance to the offseason. We are ready to go. My manager, Tony La Russa, has decided to retire. I was probably going to fire him anyway, so it's not the biggest of deals that he retired. But regular retirements on the year, we've got Rich Hill, who retires. We got Miggy Cabrera, who retires. That's a big retirement. You don't usually see him retire in year 1. That's kind of interesting. I like to see that. Jared Dyson's gone. J.A. Happ is gone. Jed Lowry retires. Some pretty big names retiring this year. Josh Tomlin retires. John Lester. No Albert Pujols, though, which is funny, unless he's a free agent. Oh, there he is, down here on the Dodgers. I forgot he was on the Dodgers. He retires as well. So I would assume we're getting at least 2 Hall of Famers in Pujols and Cabrera. I wouldn't think that anybody else made the Hall of Fame. Probably not Jed Lowry. I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame. Maybe John Lester. Maybe John Lester makes the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I guess we'll find out here. Let's go to the Hall of Fame. And it's just Miguel Cabrera and... Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It's just Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols. Pujols finishes with 664 home runs. Cabrera has 496. So congratulations to those guys. They are both phenomenal players. And they are in the Hall of Fame. And now we are here. So we have to hire a manager because whatever his face is, the old man, forget his name already, Tony La Russa, has retired. I was probably going to fire him anyway. But we got to figure out what manager will fit our needs. And I don't really want anybody with any minus traits. That just feels like that's not what you want to see. So is there anybody here that fits what I want to do that has actually good attributes to help us? Not a lot of managers got fired this year, it seems, which is interesting. You don't usually see that. All right, we do need a hitting coach as well. So let's go to hitting coaches and scroll back up to the top for the most job fitting. I guess that's not how you want to say it. The most qualified, I should say, is what I was trying to say. So I really want a guy with a plus or an A attribute grade, so we got to look for that. But I want a guy that has no minuses as well, and William Case fits that description. He's got +2 to power. I'll make an offer to him. It can't hurt to make an offer to him. We'll give him $4 mil a year. And then we need a farm director. So let's go over here and... Ooh, Emmanuel O'Brien has +3 to arm accuracy, +2 to strength. You know what? He's 70. He doesn't look 70 in his picture. But let's give him $3.5 million. He's 70 years old, which is kind of crazy, actually. This guy, although Roger Thorman is 35, which might be better because he might retire pretty soon. But he's got +3 to arm accuracy and +2 to arm strength. That's huge. I do like that. Although this guy's got +2. Maybe, no, let's not go for the guy that's 70. Let's withdraw the offer from the guy that's 70. Let's go for a guy that's a little bit younger. So we'll go between these two guys because they got the best grades that I've seen so far. So we could either have +1 to bunting, +3 to plate vision, +1 to control, and +1 to blocking. Or we can have +1 to clutch, +1 to drag bunting, +1 to... Let's go with this guy. He's got... let's go... Yeah, let's go with this guy. Let's go with Roger Thorman. We'll give him the 3.5 that we were going to give the 70-year-old guy. So that's our hitting coach and our farm director. Now we just need a manager. Do we want Carter Puke? Carter Puck? Carter, I don't know how to pronounce that, but do we want him? He's 68. Let's see. Is there no like actual real life managers? Ty Van Berkelo or Berkelio? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Who do I want to be my manager? Who do I want to be my manager of the Chicago White Sox? This is a tough decision because we need to find the right match for like attributes and stuff, but we also want to have a guy that has a good attribute grade in general. And it looks like the farther we go down, we're not going to be able to find that. All these guys, I mean, we could take Sandy Alomar Jr., but he's got -3s and -1s. We don't want that. He's got too many minuses. Too many minuses for me, Sandy. Sorry. Sorry. Let's go with Terry Francona. He's got -2 to power, though. Why, Terry? Why do you have the two most important ones, power and hits per or home runs per 9? He's got minuses too. Oh, Terry. What are you doing? I can't knock my power down. There's gotta be Ed Ostrander? No. There's gotta be a manager here that is right for us. Aaron Boone's got minuses to everything, so I definitely don't want Aaron Boone. We could take Emmanuel O'Brien as our manager. He's 70. I mean, we already had Tony La Russa, who was in his 70s, I think, or his 80s, whatever he's in. So we could take Emmanuel O'Brien and just keep the old man managers going. That could be a move for sure. He's got the best. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go with the 70 overall guy, or the 70 age guy. We're paying him a lot of money though. We'll pay him $12 million for 3 years. He's definitely not gonna last 3 years. He may retire after this season, but we're gonna go with the 70-year-old manager to keep the to keep the tradition of hiring old guys. So we've got offers for the head coach, or the manager, the hitting coach, and the farm director, which is the 3 that we need to fill out. Perfect. I don't want to rebrand the team, though. We got exclusive free agent rights on Billy Hamilton and Jake Lamb. I do want to qualify Billy Hamilton. We'll tender the qualifying offer. 19. Wait, hold on. 19.3. Hold on, Bill. Hold on, Bill. You're not getting that much money. I'll give you 2 years, $8 million. I'm not paying you that much money, my guy. Except that 2 year, $8 million. I don't want to pay him 19 mil. Jake Lamb, we can probably let go. Although, you know what? Might as well just bring him back. Although he's pretty expensive. $5 mil For Jake Lamb, 600. Nah, that's too much for Jake Lamb. We could always get a guy that's the same kind of player. Emmanuel O'Brien has accepted the White Sox offer. Beautiful. Exactly what we needed to see there. Clayton Kershaw is back with the Dodgers. A lot of re-signs there. A lot of re-signs. Billy Hamilton accepted his contract. That's perfect. We're still waiting on William Case and Roger Thorman. We are the leader in the clubhouse for both of these guys, so hopefully they accept. Let me check can I check my salary? Yeah, here's my budget. Okay, so we have $139 million in available budget. Our biggest contracts are Liam Hendricks and Yohan Moncada. Do we trade Liam Hendricks here? Is this where we trade Liam Hendricks? Because he's making so much money and we can probably find a decent closer to replace him? I don't know. We're going to have to think about that. Definitely going to have to think about that. Today is the last day to tender qualifying offers. I did that. Freddie Freeman's back. Chris Bryant is back with the Cubs, so he's not making it to free agency. Sometimes he does sneak his way into free agency. We are still the leader for both of these guys. Hopefully we get them. I really do hope we get them. Roger Thorman is accepted. And now it's time for free agency, baby. We got some money to spend, boys. And there are some free agents here. Okay. So Matt Barnes is here. We could take Matt Barnes and then trade the closer. We've got Anthony Rizzo. We've got Trevor Story, Javi Baez, Carlos Correa, and Corey Seager. Shortstop free agency is huge right now. Left field, center field, Starling Marte. Starting pitching, we've got Lance Lynn, Noah Syndergaard, Eduardo Rodriguez. How old is Rodriguez? He's 28. Rodon is in free agency after I traded him to Atlanta. He went 13-8. He is now 29 years old. I guess we could get him back. Scherzer. All right, there's some decent free agents in here. I need to take a look at my roster and see what we need. So Liam Hendricks, 96 overall. Matt Barnes is 86, so we'd be losing 10 overall. Ooh, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I don't think we need to get any starting pitching. I feel like last season I made the right moves to get starting pitching. I like our rotation. Plus we've got Jesus Luzardo coming up. We've got Jared Kelly in the farm system. We got Matthew Thompson in the farm system. So we've got some guys that I'm really excited about who are all decently young and need some time to grow. Our bullpen is good, I think. I mean, we could sign Matt Barnes and then put him in the bullpen. That'd always be a decent move. Wouldn't be bad to do that. We could use another third baseman, but Chris Bryant was the best third baseman available, and he got re-signed. So, center field, right field, Dylan Carlson's not the best overall, but we could give him a chance to grow because he's only 23, and he had 17 home runs. So, I don't know. And right field isn't really a big, like, filled position in free agency. The best player is 76 overall, Adam Eaton, who we had on our team last year. We could go with Nelson Cruz, who has. Oh, I'd have to fix his power because there's no way. Why do they always do Nelson Cruz so dirty? They always do Nelson Cruz so dirty. I may bring him in and fix his power a little bit. I wouldn't go crazy, but I'd fix his power a little bit because that's just disrespectful. But the first guy that I want to do is Matt Barnes because I really like that offer or that idea of bringing him in and put him in the bullpen, changing him to a relief pitcher. So we'll give him 4 years. He's looking for 6.1 a year. We'd be giving him probably about 6.3. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's see if he accepts that. Then we'll go for not Joaquin Soria. Do we need another starting pitcher? How old is Syndergaard? Syndergaard's 28. I'm pretty sure he has some minor league options left. 28 for Rodriguez as well. I'm assuming he has some minor league options too. Lance Lynn, also a free agent. Do we bring back one of our former pitchers? I mean, we could do that and then trade him again. That could be a move. We could just use them as trade bait. Although Rodon's already got an offer from the Braves. Catchers, we're pretty good on catchers. Especially since these catchers are all pretty old. First base, I'm happy with. And these first basemen are all old too. Second base is good enough. We could always trade for a second baseman if we really need one. Third base, see what I'm talking about? Third base, we do need one. At least overall wise. I mean, Yohan Moncada is a really good third baseman, but everybody here is not good enough. I don't want to pay any money for these guys, so we don't really even want to look at that. Shortstop, I do kind of want Javi Baez because he can play third base. He's 88 overall, 28 home runs. How many did Trevor Story hit? 21. Correa had 19. So out of all of them, Javi had the most home runs. Who had the better average? 259, 284, 245. So Correa had the better average. Seager hit 36 for Corey Seager. Okay. 36 home runs. He hit 307. So Corey Seager just seems to be the best player out of all these guys. This is interesting. Do we go for both of these guys? We could try and pay multiple of these guys, which would be very interesting. It might be a bad idea, but it would be very interesting. Tommy Pham is here. He's 34, 13 home runs, 254 average. Not really worth the money that he's going to get, so we'll move on from Tony Pham. Who is this guy? Adam Brett Walker II. He's 30 deep potential. Okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Chris Davis has basically just power, but he only hit 11 home runs. Look at this streak that Chris Davis ran on. In 2016, when he went to Oakland, he absolutely mashed 42, 43, 48. Unbelievable. Mark Canha, Kutch. We could go with Kutch. How did he play last year? 227, 19 home runs. Decent. Starling Marte. He's got still some decent attributes. 13 home runs, 55 RBIs, 244 average. I do want to put an offer in on Nelson Cruz before I forget. Let's offer him about... We'll pay him $3 million. I mean, it's Nelson Cruz. I'll pay him $3 million a year for 2 years. Who knows if he's gonna retire or not? He had 47 home runs last year. Of course, I want to bring in Nelson Cruz. I'm gonna fix his power so that he doesn't absolutely just suck. Because it's just MLB The Show just has horrible regression for old guys. It's crazy. So we got 2 offers so far: Matt Barnes and Nelson Cruz. But I am gonna offer at least 1, if not 2, of these shortstops. I think I'm going to put an offer in on Corey Seager. It's going to cost us a lot of money to bring in Corey Seager. But for 4 years and $30 million a year, that could be the move. I know it's going to cost us a lot to bring in these guys, but we could do it. We could do it. Trevor Story's 29, Javi's 29, Correa's 27, Seager's 27. So the obvious move would be to bring in the 2 27-year-olds. But I kind of want to bring in Javi too. On a cheaper deal. $15 million a year. That's more interest than the Cubs deal. We'll see what he says. We'll see what he says. We could get both of those guys, which would be really cool. Let's see, is there any other pitchers that I want to bring in, or at least put an offer in on? I still haven't decided if I want to throw an offer at one of my former pitchers and then use them as trade bait. We could definitely do that. It wouldn't be like the worst thing to do. If I offered Lance Lynn, he's 34. I'm sure people would still have value for him. Otherwise, we'd be pretty screwed. Or do we use trade bait for one of these younger guys, like Noah Syndergaard or Eduardo Rodriguez? We could use trade bait for these guys. Matt Harvey's down here. What happened to Adam Wainwright? See, look, this is what I'm talking about. He's 40, but he just drops. He just drops. Crazy. Mike Leake. Oh, man, Mike Leake. I remember the good old days when Mike Leake was on the Reds. Oh, Matt Harvey's here. He went 4-10 for the Orioles with a 4.03 ERA. Not worth it. Not worth it. What do I want to do here? What should I do here? I don't know. I feel like the smart move is to get a guy like Eduardo Rodriguez because he's young, he's got good potential, and he could be good trade bait. But then the obvious thing to do is offer back Lance Lynn and then use him as trade bait. I guess we could do both. Let's offer Eduardo. Let's give him a 3-year deal to make it friendly for other organizations. We'll pay him $24.3 for 3 years. We'll offer him that, see if he accepts it, and then we could possibly use him as trade bait. So these are the guys that we're offering right now. Eduardo is the only one that I would use as bait. Tender contracts, we got a lot of guys to renew. So I will do that off camera so you guys don't have to see that because that's pretty boring. We've also got a lot of arbitration guys to offer. So I'm going to go do all that, and then I will bring you guys back in when one of the big guys that we offered in free agency accepts or declines or something good happens with that. So I'll see you guys then. All right, so I got all the contracts offered, all the negotiations, salary arbitration, all that stuff is offered, and I simulated one day, and Corey Seager accepts the 4-year, $120 million deal, so that's huge. We got Corey Seager. Anthony Rizzo goes to the Braves. Eduardo Rodriguez, our trade bait, comes to the Chicago White Sox for 3 years. That is some big news. Huge news, actually. We got some of these guys decided to accept, it looks like, I think. Arbitration's still going on. Free agency. Trevor Story still got that Rockies offer. Lance Lynn's got the Diamondbacks offer. We got Kopech back. Dylan Carlson's back. We still have 2 offers out there. Nelson Cruz and Javi Baez. I'm assuming Cruz is going to accept pretty soon. But now that we have Eduardo Rodriguez on the squad, we can trade bait either him or Kopech. I don't really know who we would trade bait. We could go in here, we could take a look at Eduardo Rodriguez, and we could see what the value would be for somebody like Eduardo, although it's not working. So I could trade, Eduardo doesn't count, it looks like. Do you see that? Like, if I add both of them, we could get Garrett Cole, but Eduardo's not counting for some reason. I don't know why. Weird. Okay, well, we'll wait till maybe the spring training to decide to trade him, or we'll see what happens. So let's simulate a couple more days, see if more of those guys sign. William Case has accepted the Mariners' offer as the hitting coach. Javi Baez does come to the White Sox, which is big. That is big. Jared Walsh decides to come back. We're still waiting on these guys for arbitration. Tender contracts guys are accepting. We still are waiting on offers for Nelson Cruz. And we are not getting Matt Barnes. Okay. I may have to bump my offer up a little bit for Matt Barnes. What did I offer him? I think it was a 4-year deal. Okay. So let's give him a 4-year deal, but we'll bump the numbers up a bit because I feel like it would be really good to have him. So $7 million? The Dodgers are paying him $35 million a year. I don't think I can compete with $35 million a year. Maybe if I give him 5 years, but bump the money down. I guess I could give him not $35 million a year. I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess I could go with that. I'd have to bump it up a little bit more. $7 million for Matt Barnes to be our bullpen guy. I'd give him 8 mil. See if he accepts that. He doesn't. That doesn't bump him up in interest. I mean, if we don't get him, it's fine. We have a good bullpen. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens with that. We're going to keep simulating a little bit. Keep simulating a couple days. Lance Lynn goes to the Red Sox. Matt Barnes accepts our deal over the Dodgers, so we get him to add to our bullpen, which is huge. Absolutely huge. Our budget is draining by the minute. Corey Seager doesn't help that. Rodriguez's numbers are going to be off the books pretty soon. I need to go to roster, to closing pitchers, and to go to Matt Barnes and change to a relief pitcher. There we go. Now he is our best relief pitcher. That helps out a lot. We've also got Asuna. I could change Asuna to relief pitcher as well, which probably should be what I do, but I don't know. We're going to keep going a little bit. We only have a couple more guys on tendered contracts. Salary arbitration, these guys are all waiting. They want to be stubborn. We're going to keep simulating a couple more days. We should have nobody else in tender. Oh, Andrew Vaughn wants to be stubborn. We still waiting on Nelson Cruz. We must have got Nelson Cruz. Did we get Nelson? Nelson, are you here? You are here. Okay. So what is your power is 9682. I definitely got to bump that up a little bit. At least the right-handed power. I'll probably keep the left-handed power the same. But I got to bump his numbers up a little bit. He can't be that bad. I think we're on a pretty good track right now. 40-man roster must be set by today. Okay, well by tomorrow, I guess. So the 40-man roster. Right now we have 43 guys on the roster. Is that what that says? 43 guys on the roster. We have too many guys on the big league club. Cordero, I don't want on the big league club. I want you in AAA. Danny Mendick can stay up here. Adam Engel, I don't want you in the big league club. He can't move to AAA because he hasn't signed his thing. Of course he hasn't. Nick Williams, can I move you down? No, because you're in arbitration. Billy Hamilton, I can move you down. Jesus Luzardo, I can move you down. Who else do I need to move down? Who else wasn't up here? I guess I don't need to move anybody else down. I need to go to AAA, though, and move somebody down to AA. And then I need to move a couple guys down to AA, actually. I got a lot of pitchers, it looks like. Move you down to AA, and then move you down to AA. And then move you down to Class A, because you're 40-something overall. Jameson Fisher can be in Class A. And then DJ Gladney can be in Class A as well. All right, there we go. So the 40-man roster so far has 3 extra guys. I don't want Alex McRae on there. That's easy. Get him off there. Blake Rutherford probably don't want on there. He's got B potential, 60-something overall. Don't want him on there. Luis Gonzalez, don't want you on there. Micker Adolfo will keep on. Don't want you on there. I don't want to move him Class A. I want to remove him from that. Emilio Vargas probably shouldn't be on there as well. We'll put him off the thing. Jimmy Lambert will keep off. Jimmy Cordero will keep off. All right, we got some spots now that if we want to put anybody on there. Is there anybody in Class A that I want on there? Probably not. I want you, Matthew Thompson, on the 40-man. For sure. Let me check and see who's on the 40-man here. So both of these guys aren't on there. Andrew Vaughn is, which is what we want. Jared Kelly, I definitely want on the 40-man. Prado should be on the 40-man as well. The rest of these guys don't really care about. Yeah. So, is there anybody else on AA that I want on the roster? Yolbert Sanchez, maybe? I got Micker on there, right? I think Micker's on there. Yeah, Micker's on there. How about... let's put Yolbert on though. Let's add Yolbert to the squad. This guy's Jimmy Garlobo. He doesn't have good potential. Is this one of my drafted guys? I can't remember if this is one of my drafted guys or not. He's 1873 overall already. That's pretty good. Zach Granite's 29. Ryan Healy's 30. Why do we got so many old guys? Okay, so is that everything that I wanted to do? Is that the 40 man? Is the 40 man finished now? I think it's good. Let me just give me 1 second to finish out this 40 man, and then I'll cut back when I've got it done. All right, I finished out the 40 man. I just wanted to make sure that I had everybody that I wanted on there, and I do now. So we can simulate through this date. There we go. Simulate a couple more days. Today is the last day to offer salary arbitration. I have offered everybody arbitration. I could just offer these guys contracts, but they're gonna be pretty expensive if I do. So I think I'll just skip to their arbitrations. Or I think I'll just take their arbitrations. Trevor Story still has not accepted a contract yet. He is looking at the Cardinals right now. Noah Syndergaard, the Rangers. So is Rodon. The Rangers trying to bolster that starting rotation, it looks like. I got everybody that I wanted. So let's keep simulating a couple more days, see if any big names go through. Trevor Story goes to the Nationals, so he was looking at the Cardinals, but the Nationals is the one that he accepts. So good for him. We keep going a couple more days. Carlos Rodon goes to the Marlins. Okay, the Rangers losing out on a player. Clevenger gets traded to the Blue Jays from the Padres for Randall Grichuk and Woods Richardson. Okay, interesting deal, but whatever. Hopefully all these guys accept their arbitration. I really hope they do, or we win their arbitration. Starling Marte goes to the Phillies. We've got December now. All players must have contracts tendered by December 2nd. I'm pretty sure I have all my tender contracts done. I do. Andrew Vaughn, looks like he accepted his. Yes, Andrew Vaughn is still on the team. He accepted his contract, which is awesome. Perfect. So now it's time to simulate through that. We're almost to winter meetings. We're almost to the Rule 5 draft as well. See if we need anybody in the Rule 5 draft. I don't think we do. I don't usually draft anybody in the Rule 5 draft unless one of my players is there. Sim through winter meetings. Just keep simulating, keep simulating. Notice Syndergaard accepts the Mariners offer. So the Mariners end up swooping in and getting Noah Syndergaard. It looks like Trevor Story. Oh, I already knew that. Duh. I was going to say, it looks like Trevor Story accepted some deal, but he accepted the Nationals deal. I forgot about that. Shogo Akiyama is here. Okay. Interesting. Adam Eaton's probably going to go to the Mets. Good riddance. Good riddance. We'll keep simulating. Go to the Rule 5 draft. All right, the Mariners have the first pick. We have no pick. Okay. We don't need a pick, but let's see if there's anybody on my team that gets picked. It doesn't look like it. Nick Birdie goes. He used to be on my team. I do remember that. And that is it. The Rule 5 draft is done. We didn't have a pick, so we didn't need to do anything with it, which is good. I probably wasn't going to draft anybody anyway because they have to stay on your 40-man roster for the entire season. So big trade. Whit Merrifield goes to the Twins from the Royals for Cody Stashak, Nick Gordon, and Lonnie Compton. So a couple younger guys and an older relief pitcher. All right, for Whit Merrifield, okay. Interesting. Is there any trades that I can do? Eduardo Rodriguez still glitching for some reason. I don't know why he's glitching. Can I do this for Garrett Cole? Would this go through? I don't know if this would go through or not. It says nothing. It's like giving me no feedback or anything. I don't really want Garrett Cole because that would be a lot of money. So we might have to wait a little bit to see where some of these younger guys accept their contracts. Shohei. We could get Shohei. Is there anybody here with a cheaper contract that I could trade for? Yeah, we might have to wait a little bit longer for some of these guys, because some of the guys that I want to trade for haven't signed contracts yet. So, although Blake Snell is here, Manny Machado is here, Fernando Tatis. Let's trade for, let's see what happens here. What if I accept this? We think we should be getting more than value for whatever. Whatever. You don't think anything. You don't think anything, okay? I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Let's keep simulating a couple more days, see if those guys accept contracts for other teams. I really hope they do. And we're getting close to the end of the off season. We are waiting for arbitration on some of these guys. Hopefully they accept. I really hope. They're still waiting on all these guys. Well, not all of them. A few guys have accepted arbitration. Free agency is looking a little bit lackluster at this point, but that's what to be expected. We're in January, almost the end of January. And now we are into February. And there's the arbitration hearing for all the big names. Let's get there. We've got arbitration hearing for Tim Beckham. We've got it for Jordan Hicks, Nick Williams, and Marco Hernandez. We've got it for Max Fried, Giolito, and Adam Engel. And we've got it for Soroka, Gallen, and Sir Anthony Dominguez. All right. So sim through. Today was the arbitration hearing for Tim Beckham, and the arbitration panel sided with the White Sox. So we're paying him $700,000. I'll take it. We are doing Nick Williams. They side with Nick Williams, so we're paying him 1.4. And the panel sides with Jordan Hicks, so we're paying him 1.5. Okay. And they side with us for Marco Hernandez, so we're paying him $6,500 or $650,000. That's not the same thing. Giolito, they side with Giolito, so we're paying him 5.9. They side with us on Adam Engel, so we're paying him 2.08. And they side with Fried, so we're paying him 5.1. And this one is Soroka, Gallen, and Dominguez. They side with Soroka. They side with us on Sir Anthony, and they side with Gallen. Okay, okay. But that's okay because we are still fine. We add those guys back to the rotation. Now with the salary stuff, so the arbitration stuff. I am perfectly fine with that. We still have another year of arbitration on Giolito, which is awesome. Paying him 5.9. Let's take a look at the budget real quick. We have 9.34 in the budget, but remember, we are using Eduardo Rodriguez's contract, so that $24 million will be off the books. We're going to trade bait him. I may even trade bait Corey Seager, depending on what happens. We may simulate to the trade deadline, see how both of these guys are playing. One of these two may get trade baited, Javier Baez or Corey Seager. One of them might get trade baited. I'm definitely going to start probably Baez at third base, maybe Corey Seager at third base because he can play third base too, and then Javi will come off the bench. We're probably going to have Nelson Cruz as our DH. We've got Acuna, who's coming up for a free agency. He's going to need a contract this year. Who else is done after this year? Tim Anderson's going to need a contract. We're going to have to pay him a little bit. So it'll all work out. It'll all work out. So we're going to simulate more days. I think we are coming to the end of free agency. The White Sox still have an unfilled coaching position. Oh, I forgot about that. Whoops. How do I find out my coaching? Coach contracts. We still have a hitting coach that is not filled yet. Is there anybody here? Oliver Willie. I like that name. You're going to be our new hitting coach for $1.3 million. I hope you accept. If you don't, then it's fine. You probably should. I was going to say you probably should because you're still sitting without a job this late into the year. So we do have a first hitting coach now. Tomorrow is the last day to renew contracts. I don't think we have anybody. Yeah, we don't have anybody that needs to renew a contract. Everybody's signed. So I think we can simulate to spring training. There we go. We are in spring training now. We've got completed transactions. The roster is here. I'm super excited for spring training because I'm excited to see some of these guys and how they play. Hopefully everybody plays really well. Third base. I may move one of these guys to third base. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be smart or not. All right, let's simulate some days into spring training. Oh, 3 and 7. 3 and 7. Contract extensions. We got all these guys obviously for contract extensions again because they were just in arbitration. But Acuna, we could make an offer to right now, but I don't really want that money on my books right now. I don't really want that money on my books. Projected free agents for the next year: Aaron Judge, Aaron Nola, Byron Buxton, Buster Posey, and Wilson Contreras. So the top guys. We could make a move for Byron Buxton. If he doesn't get re-signed, we could make a move for Buxton. That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. But let's simulate a couple more weeks into spring training, get some more L's on our board apparently. Adam Engel suffers a injury, a torn finger, so he's going to be out. That may factor into my moves at the trade deadline because he's going to miss a long time. Luckily, Dylan Carlson's basically our right fielder, and then Nelson Cruz is just going to be our DH. He's got 2 home runs in the spring. I still need to fix his power and his stuff so that he plays well. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then for the next episode, he'll be ready for opening day. Everybody else is okay right now. How's our pitching rotation doing? Why is everybody losing so many games? Pitching rotation, Soroka's 3 and 1. Giolito 1 and 4 for Gallen in the spring training. That's not good. Okay. I think we're gonna keep Giolito as our ace, then have Soroka, then have Gallen, Fried, and Kopech just go down by overall. Or do we want to have Soroka as the ace? Because he's 3 and 1. He's 3 and 1, but he has a 4.0 ERA or 4.03. I meant to think about that. I meant to think about who I want as my ace, as my number 1. It could be. I think I had Giolito last year. It could be interesting to see how that happens, but I'm going to simulate these next couple days, and that's going to do it for this video. In the next episode will be the start of the 2022 regular season. I hope you guys are excited. I think I built the best possible team. In the next episode, we'll probably... Actually, I may not trade Eduardo Rodriguez. Actually, you know what? I might trade him at the start of the next episode. So we'll find out what's going to happen. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you guys are excited. I think I built a team that is ready to contend with the Yankees for the AL spot in the wild card. So if you guys are excited, make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.